Hey guys, I'm Dan and welcome back to the channel. How are you guys going? We're going to be talking about West Ham today. We're going to be talking about Arsenal's complete and utter destruction of West Ham at the London Stadium. And we're going to go straight into it, guys. I'm not going to beat around the bush. We won by a lot. 6-0 was the scoreline, and how crazy is that? Because I don't think anyone was predicting that going into the game. We're going to be talking about it because obviously there was a lot of talk of midweek about the fact that we beat Liverpool and celebrations, and we celebrated too much too soon, blah blah blah, and thinking, okay, well, this is the kind of game where we're the kind of team, sorry, that would go and beat Liverpool at home and then go away to West Ham and lose. I mean, in times gone by, that would probably have been the case. And the fact also that we've lost to West Ham twice now in the season. We lost them at home at the beginning of the season. That was one of the two losses in London back to back. We obviously lost at home to West Ham and lost away to Fulham. And that was at the time just before Christmas where you're thinking, okay, the wheels are really coming off now. We're not looking like we're going to compete this season. Even though Liverpool were doing really terribly at the time. No, sorry, I think Man City were doing quite badly at the time. Liverpool, I think, were just about top of the league. And so there's a lot of talk. West Ham are more than capable of beating this Arsenal team. They beat them twice already. They could beat them one more time. Then we kicked off, and if the first 20 minutes or so, you could just tell West Ham were very, very happy with Arsenal having the ball. It looked like it was going to be one of those times where we had all the ball, all the possession, all the passes, all the shots, and had nothing to show for it. And then we get a corner, and Saliba scores, and it's great. Saliba and Gabriel both scored in this game. I mean, how often do you have both of your centre backs playing and scoring in a game? It's outstanding. Technically, Ben White and Kivior are centre backs too. I mean, they were playing right back and left back respectively, but they were technically centre backs. So we had 4 centre backs on the field, and 2 of them scored, which is absolutely fantastic. And then that goal kind of changed the whole complexion of the game. Obviously, West Ham had to come out a little bit more. They had to get a goal. They had to get back into the game. Bowen was just isolated the entire game. Kudos, I think he had like 4 touches the entire game. He was an absolute ghost in this game. Edson Alvarez, who I really like, and for a while, for a long time actually, I thought maybe he could take over Partey if Partey leaves, but he had a terrible game. Like, let's just be real, he got a yellow card in the 90th minute for a cynical foul on Saka that he didn't need to make. He had a terrible game, and he didn't make himself look good in front of Arteta either. So the only good player really was West Ham. For West Ham was the goalkeeper Areola. And you say that saying that he's conceded 6 goals, but if it hadn't been for Areola, it would have been 10, in my opinion. He made 2 or 3 outstanding saves. But anyway, going back into the Arsenal team, obviously, Saka scores, we get a penalty as well. He scores from open play, and Trossard scores as well. I think Trossard scored the 3rd goal, or the 2nd goal. I think he scored the 2nd goal. All the goals were really good, to be honest with you. I think the penalty was a decent shout. Obviously, there was contact in the box. You can't have contact in the box and not expect a penalty. It would have 100% been given if it had been the other way around, so I'm not going to complain that it was given this day for us. So, it was really good. Really good game. Really good goals. And Declan Rice. I'm going to talk about Declan Rice for a while because to play against your old team, who obviously he has a lot of love for, you can't deny that. He won a European trophy. It's the lowest of the lowest European trophy, but it's still a European trophy. It's the first time they've won any kind of silverware for decades. He's left his mark on the history of that club, and to go back there. Was always going to be emotional for him. I think he had the best game of his entire Arsenal career. Controlled the midfield, and he ended up getting an absolute banger of a goal. Really, really good goal. It's such a shame he couldn't celebrate it because he didn't celebrate it because obviously he respects the fans too much. But inside, he probably was buzzing for that because it was an outstanding goal. The win was sealed at half time. You could tell that by the fact that there was thousands of West Ham fans leaving the stadium before the half-time whistle blown. But it was nice to see him score. He got a couple of assists as well. Saka scored a couple of goals. Both our centre-backs scored. Odegaard got a couple of assists. He was absolutely mesmeric in this game. He was absolutely outstanding. Odegaard's gotten a fair share of criticism, especially at the beginning of this season, and the end of last season. He doesn't create enough. He doesn't score enough. Well, he's the best creator in the league now. So he's all kinds of records were broken in this game. All kinds of stats were broken in this game. Biggest ever away win. West Ham's biggest ever away home loss. Saka got 50 goals. That's 50 goals, like 200 appearances in 22. So it's just brilliant. It's a really good day, really cool. I wasn't expecting a 6-0. I was hoping for a win, obviously, because we've got to build momentum. We've got 4 wins in a row now. It kind of feels like this season's going to be the opposite of last season, where last season, the first 3 quarters of the season was just brilliant, and we were like 8 points clear, and we were clear, leaders, blah blah blah, and then at the last quarter we fell apart. It feels like we kind of fell apart the first quarter of this season, and it feels like the second quarter and the third quarter, going into the third quarter, feels the opposite. Like, for me now, it feels like how it felt at the beginning of last season, where we were just winning and scoring and scoring and scoring and scoring. So that's cool. That's really nice, especially the fact that we've got Champions League as well. We've got a Porto game coming up very soon. I want a comfortable win in that game. We've got Burnley next in the league. I want a comfortable win in that game as well. We've got some injuries. Jesus is out for a little while. I don't know when Partey's ever going to come back. There's rumours of Timber being back relatively soon, probably about another month or so. That's kind of cool. But, we've got to look at the injury-prone players in the summer now. Partey, I think, needs to be shipped off. I think Jesus, there's a shout for Jesus leaving. He's just not reliable. And we need a player like Saka. Saka's played pretty much he hasn't played every single game, but he's played pretty much every single game in the last 5 years. It's ridiculous. His injury record is absolutely superb. Touch wood. Touching wood right now. And yeah, so we've got to look on to some of these players. Mr. Smith Rowe is a little bit injury prone as well. He was supposed to, I think, play in this game, but he got a knock. Nwaneri, I think I'm pronouncing that right. He came on, 16 years old. That's what Arsenal do. We make our own players, and that's kind of what Chivas are doing right now as well, which is cool. Both have got brilliant youth systems, so why not? He came on, had a brilliant 15 minutes. I think, I would imagine Arteta being really quite impressed with him. I would expect him on the bench against Burnley, whether Smith Rowe's back or not, whether Jesus is back or not. I think he really impressed. I mean, obviously, West Ham were down and out by that point. We were just, passing the ball around for fun. I think we were 6-0 up by the time he came on. So, it was a very, very comfortable moment for the team, for him to come on to. Maybe that helped calm his nerves a little bit. Obviously it's his only second appearance for the Arsenal senior team. So, but I think he did brilliantly. He did really well, and he's unlucky not to get a goal or an assist, especially an assist. I think he did a really good assist for Nketiah, who nearly scored but didn't. So yeah, brilliant. 4 wins on the bounce now. We're trying to keep this momentum going now. Yeah, and who knows, man? Who knows what we can accomplish this season? But at the moment, I'm not looking forward too much. I'm just keeping my feet on the ground as much as I can. See what we are at the end of February, and then see where we are at the end of March and take it from there. But all good so far. I mean, I don't know what happened on that Dubai trip. I think apparently there was a lot of team building things and a lot of recalibrating and kind of getting back to what their mentality was at the beginning of last season. But that Dubai trip, man, we could be looking back at the end of this season going, that Dubai trip saved our season, because it's night and day. I mean, when we went to Dubai, we were absolutely abysmal. We were having a real bad time of it. And we've won every single game since coming back from it. So, yeah, whatever happened, cool, great, I'm glad it happened. And, yeah, we move on. Yeah, let me know in the comments what you thought about the team, what you thought about the performance. It's really good with these kinds of wins because there's so many things that you can talk about. None of them are negative, which is great. The only negative for me was the fact that, as an Edson Alvarez fan, I was really looking forward to him showing what Arteta can do. Because Arteta is obviously blatantly going to be watching him because, he's on the sideline watching the game. Um, didn't have any kind of good game, unfortunately. You kind of really badly choked, which is a shame. It is what it is. I kind of accepted now that Alvarez, I don't think, is ever going to wear an Arsenal shirt. Anyway, this is an Arsenal video. It's not a Mexico or an Alvarez video. So that's all I'm going to say about that. Brilliant game, fantastic result, and hopefully we can continue it. And like I say, when Saka's doing really well, Arsenal are doing really well, and when he's not doing well, we tend to struggle. So yeah, brilliant so far. I'm really happy, and yeah, I'll be back for the Burnley game next week, and hopefully we can get to celebrate another win, and get some more goal difference on the bounce, because we've got the same goal difference now as City, and one behind Liverpool, so we're right up there now. Clear as day on the table. You can see that it's a 3-horse race now, so at least at the moment. So we'll have to wait and see how it goes. So yeah, leave a comment. I really appreciate if you subscribe. It really means a lot to me. I hope you guys enjoy the video. I hope you guys enjoy listening to me ramble on for 15 or 20 minutes. I really appreciate it. And leave a comment. I'll reply to all the comments. So yeah, take it easy, guys. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you guys very soon. Enjoy your week because you deserve it. And yeah, celebrate. Don't let anyone tell you that you can't celebrate, because we can and we will. So and we should. So enjoy your week. My week's gonna be absolutely amazing now because I'm just buzzing. Like, it's weird how a football result can just make or break your week. It's crazy, but yeah. Anyway, guys, thanks very much for watching again, and I'll see you guys very soon. Adios.